Gravy, gang, gang, gang. Baby, pop the top and let it spread. As we're listening to Pastor Gravy. We're going fishing for your bitch today. We're drunk in Houston, baby. And we go ahead and lick and we'll get rich today. Rich, bitch.
I was on my way home yesterday, and I know that everybody's seen the baby on board stickers and signs, and sometimes you have the baby in this bitch, or they get crazy with it, or they put the little Carlos from The Hangover on the back of it, and it'll say baby on board. But this one said baby muggle on board. And as I was driving, like I drove past it, didn't think anything of it, and then kept thinking back to it. I was like, baby muggle on board. I was like, wait, Hermione was a witch and she had muggle parents. Harry didn't know he was a wizard until he was 11. Like, you don't fucking know. You don't fucking know that's a baby muggle. There's no way. There's no way for you to tell. You have no fucking clue. You're really putting that baby into a box, and you know what you're going to do is you're going to create another Voldemort. Because Voldemort was like, oh, my stupid muggle parents. I don't need you. And then he fucking turned into Hitler, but for wizards, and was like, if you're not pure blood, if you're not Aryan blood, but wizard blood, then you're not good enough. And it's like, bro, he would have, like, you're starting somebody's like villain arc right here by putting baby muggle on board, because that kid's gonna grow up. Then that guy's gonna think back. He's like, Mom, Dad, didn't you have a baby muggle on board sticker when I was an infant? And they'd be like, yeah, we did. Why? I'd be like, I'm a fucking wizard, Mom and Dad. And then he kills his mom and dad. It's the whole fucking thing. And that's like the new Harry Potter story. It's basically that's how Voldemort would have started if they had baby on board stickers when Voldemort was a baby. Dane Milner writes in again and says, could you beat up any bird in a fight?
No.
You're wrong. I could kick any bird's ass.
The Andean condor has a wingspan of 10 feet, 10 inches and large talons. No, it would swoop down on you. Dude, a peregrine falcon could fuck you up because they dive at so fast. They dive, what is it, like 120 fucking miles an hour? Something like that. It's so bad. Dude, a bald eagle could fuck you up.
Yeah, right.
You're going to fuck up a bald eagle?
But if it's going to throw down, I have to throw down back.
Dude, the claws on some of these birds, you don't know. They would fucking tear your shit up.
Oh, yeah, until I just punch them out of the fucking air. And then, oh, no, what, you're on the ground? I got you here, bitch.
Peregrine falcons, they're not that big, but if this thing dive bombs you at 240 miles an hour and hits you in the head, you're done.
Yeah, I'll wear a helmet, idiot.
You're not going to see it coming.
Yeah, well.
240 miles an hour, it gets you in the chest, you're done.
Yeah, not if I swat him away.
You won't. He's moving 240 miles an hour.
I'll swat the fuck out of that bitch, dude. I would kill any bird. The only bird that I could not kill is a pterodactyl, but that's a dinosaur, not a bird. So that doesn't even count. I could fuck up any bird out there.
No, just that, even that falcon that Pat was talking about, 200 miles an hour, its cruising speed is 55 miles an hour.
Yeah, so is mine when I'm in the car.
You drive that slow?
In the car.
Only in school zones. Yeah, any bird in the world I could kill.
No, I'm realistic.
I am too. I'd fuck up a bird. I am Alex, king of the birds. So I came up with some slang words or slang phrases that I wanted to run by you guys, just get your thoughts on. The first one, bahangin', and that's just when you're hanging with your boys with some ice cold Baja Blasts. Like you and the boys and some Baja Blasts. That plays, right?
I like it.
The other one I had was a Quaker's dozen, because you have a dozen, which is 12 of something. You have a baker's dozen, which is 13 of something. And then I thought we should add the Quaker's dozen, which is when you get like 11 donuts, or they leave out one thing, but you have like anxiety and you don't want to ask people anything, and you don't want to like cause any kind of confrontation or anything, or send it back. So you're just like, you know what, I'm just going to pay for it and just take it. I don't want to hassle anybody. It's like, you can also use that for, oh, well, I asked for the gabagool on the side, the gabagool came on top. Instead of sending it back and getting my food spit on, I'm just gonna, it's a Quaker's dozen situation right here. I'm just gonna eat this, and I'm just gonna go with it as it is. I don't want to cause any commotion. like a Quaker doesn't want to fight or cause any controversy or get into any commotion or anything like that. So like a Quakers doesn't be like, they were one short on my order. I'm not gonna really be like, hey, hello, excuse me. Like I don't want any commotion. You know, I'm introvert. Don't want to ask anybody for anything else. I think a Quakers dozen plays. Next one I had was a real box of chocolates situation. Now, this is obviously from Forrest Gump, but this is basically me saying like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Anything could happen. We're in a real box of chocolate situation over here, boys.
It feels like something that like an announcer would pull out in like mid-July during the baseball season. It's just the dog days. No, first and third, no outs. We got to have this here. Yeah, it's a real box of chocolate situation. Like, dude, you're really running out of shit to say this season, aren't you?
Another one I came up with was lizard tailing. Now, this could mean one of two things. It could either mean going into witness protection or that you have just survived like a near-death experience. You've bounced back from it, maybe have a new outlook on life. And this is all from when a lizard sheds its tail because something tried to grab it. And it's like, fuck, I gotta get out of here. And he's like, you can keep this tail. I'll grow a new one. And you go to witness protection. You're like, man, I almost got fucking killed by the mob. Now I'm going to start my life anew without a tail and a new name and all this shit. Or like, shit, I almost died. I got to start reevaluating my life and appreciating things. I got a new lease on everything. I think that plays, right? Like lizard tailing.
I think you could also use it similar to like throwing somebody under the bus. Like it's not going well, so you just cut off the tail and walk away. Like, oh, no, that was
I
his
like
fault.
that. The next one I had was Mamba mentality, but it's MOM, and it's basically just what you would use to be like, dude, she's got that Mamba mentality because she's a badass mom.
I kind of like it more for like when moms snap. Like when you finally like annoyed your mom or just pushed her so far that she just like turns and hits you, that's Mamba mentality.
Like she's fed up with your shit. She's going in badass mom mode. She's got that Mamba mode on. And the last one I brought in is Flinton. You could also say I'm going full Bill Flinton on this one. And that's when you have to make an adult decision, but you don't know what to do. So you just go back to what your parents did when you were a little kid. Kind of like when you would have Flintstone vitamins every morning just because your parents were like, it's good for you. Like, I don't know. I'm just going to eat these because they're out. And they're delicious. But like, these are good for me. So then as an adult, you're like, I'm just going to take vitamins when I don't feel good. Vitamins are good for me. Or like, oh, my parents told me to put Vaseline in socks if I have a cold and it'll make me not have a cold anymore. Like, you don't know how to get over a cold. So you're just like, I'm going to do what my parents did. I'm flinting it. Those are some slang phrases. I feel like maybe we try those in our everyday lives, you know, maybe box of chocolate it up a little bit, maybe try a little Quaker's dozen. Just, you know, just pepper those into conversation, see how it goes.
If Benjamin Button was an elite athlete, how would he have found out? Because he ages in reverse. So, like, he's washed in his, like, late 30s. Would he be like, man, I'm probably going to be a great athlete if I shave off 5 years? And then 5 years younger, he's just like, hell yeah. I'm hitting my prime.
He gets all the knowledge first, so when he finally gets to the right age to do it, he's just immediately elite.
Would you take a swing on a Benjamin Button if you knew he was an elite athlete? You get, like, a 40-year-old Benjamin Button. You don't know what the shelf life of his career is, or injuries, or any of that. But you get a quarterback at 40, you're like, all right, we got to give him 5 years. Well, still then.
You got to draft at 35. And then if you go, listen, you have to sit for a couple of years because you're a little old.
Yeah.
And learn my offense. And then after 2 or 3 years, like, okay, you're 32. I got a decade of you starting. Then all of a sudden, towards the end of his career, like, I don't know, man, he's kind of young. Like, he's still going through, he's reversing through puberty right now. I don't think he has it anymore. He can't start.
Benjamin Button as an elite athlete, like, would be a very unique situation. Trying to find out, like, when his prime's going to hit, or, like, if he has elite prime. He's like, I'm pretty good. Could I be great in 2 years? Negative 2 years?
I mean,
is it 2 years, or is it negative 2 years for
It's
him?
an athlete whose body is only going to get better and healthier as he ages.
And then worse again.
But that's like an immediate fall-off point.
Yeah. What if I guess you do shrink. He's like, look, I'm going to lose about almost all of the inches that I have on me right now. I'm going to lose all of my height eventually. You're going to have to cut me because I'm going to be the height of a 5-year-old.
If you could have any athlete to give a Benjamin Button career to, who do you think would be the best one?
Tom Brady.
I think it's Frank Gore. You're like, I've got the same. I can use this same running back for 13 years, and eventually, like the first couple years, you're like, all right,
You can
you're a
ease him
reserve
in.
back. You got to do a couple, but then eventually you get Frank Gore,
Yeah.
and you're going to get like 6 years of his prime because you've got, like, let's just say at 21, you got to just stop. Like that's the end of it because then he's college age, and you're like, okay, you got to be done at that. But from like 27 to 21, you're like, I get prime Frank Gore.
Do you think he would
for all
have
of
to
this.
go out of the NFL and then like do a recruiting process where he's like, this guy played 12 years in the NFL and now he's committed to Michigan
That's
as a
the fun way to do it.
senior, and then he's a junior, and then he's a sophomore, and then a freshman last?
So like only his first year he can win the Davey O'Brien if he's a quarterback,
Yeah.
because that's for senior quarterbacks, I think,
Right.
right? Yeah.
I don't know.
I
something,
love that.
something to think about. Let's make Benjamin
He
Button
enters
like a
college,
sports
but he's like,
movie.
I only want to play 2 years. I'm a redshirt sophomore. So then you play for 2 years, but then you're just hanging out on campus for one.
Then you just,
Like,
yeah.
I want that redshirt year.
And then he's got to go play high school football. It's like, this guy's got all kinds of experience.
I've been playing football for 14, 15 years. I'm ready for I'm ready
Professionally.
to go high school.
And now high school time, it's happening.
Before my wife leaves for work, she always puts on Animal Planet for Wheezy in the mornings. And sometimes like they have weird shows on Animal Planet, and she'll send me a picture of like whatever the description of the show is. The other day she sent me, the show is called Otter Dynasty. And it says Otter Dynasty. The episode's title is The Queen's Wrath. And its description is Queen Olivia plans a surprise attack on two warring clans. Princess Eva and Empress White Whiskers fight for their clan's survival. I was like, that sounds fucking epic. I mean, I didn't get to like binge watch Otter Dynasty yet. I'm waiting till the season's over, you know, like I want to save up all the drama so I can just binge through it all. But I did come up with some Animal Planet shows that don't exist that probably should. First one is Breachers. And that's just 30 minutes of shark breaching videos. You drag the fake seal behind a boat, watch a shark jump out of the water, just fuck up that fake seal. Like, just rinse, repeat, do that for 30 minutes. That's an episode. I'm in.
100% watch rate.
Other one I had, it's called Be Someone. And it's after her mother's untimely death, a newly appointed queen has to establish her dominance as the new head of the beehive so the hive doesn't turn on her and kill her. Because if you're the new queen in a beehive and it doesn't, like, you don't take, they're just like, nope, fuck you, we kill you. And it's fast. So you got to really, really establish your dominance. I think following a newly queened bee and being like, yo, she's got to chat with this guy. She's got to be cool with this guy. She's got to make sure these people are doing their shit. That would be kind of like a Sopranos, but for bees. But another one I had, Beastie's Day Out. And we just let the animals at the Central Park Zoo out for a day. And we put GoPros on all of them. And that's the story. You just follow them around. You're like, this is the gorilla when he got out for a day. These are their stories. Maybe you're following the antelope, and then you're like, oh, cool, check that out. Look at this giraffe. He was just eating leaves all day.
I think there could be some drama in there somewhere.
Some more Animal Planet shows that don't exist. This one's called The Chain, and it just, you start with one fish that eats a smaller fish, and then that fish, then you see that fish, we follow it until it gets eaten by a bigger fish, and then we follow the fish that ate it and see like what it does for a little while until it gets eaten by an even bigger fish. And you basically just keep going down the food chain until you get to like the alpha or apex predator, and you're like, that's the winner of the food chain.
So like that old Flash game.
Yeah, Odell Down Under.
It would get really wild when one of those fish gets caught, and then you follow it like getting sent to a restaurant, and then you see some guy eat it, and you think that's gonna be the end of it. But then instead of getting eaten, that guy, he just is like going to his car that night and gets robbed and shot. So then you're following the robber.
Yeah, it takes a dark turn. It takes a real dark turn. Another one I had, it's called America's Next Top Piranha. And basically, it's just the 4th of July Nathan's hot dog eating contest, but with piranhas in their own tanks. And you just throw a bunch of hot dogs and buns in there, see who eats the most hot dogs and buns in 10 minutes, just like Joey Chestnut would, but they're piranhas. So I feel like it would be more lit.
I'm 100% in on that one. I want to see piranhas fuck shit up, man. Living with Tapeworms. I don't know how we filmed that one, but I think there could be some drama in there somewhere.
You follow the tapeworm, or you follow like a person that's ingested a tapeworm?
I think both. I think you got to show the tapeworm getting bigger, as the person gets smaller. They're like, why am I losing all this weight? And then all of a sudden, bam, they're in the hospital. Tapeworm. It's the next Hollywood craze anyway.
Robert, did you have any ideas?
I just thought off really the top of my head. Depressed rabbit tricks were for kids. Yeah, I think it follows the life of the Trix rabbit and what became of him after years and years of being unable to get cereal.
It's like a behind the music, like a VH1
Yeah.
behind the music, but like
Mhm.
Animal Planet behind the tricks,
Yeah.
the dark
Mhm.
side of cereal.
Mm-hmm.
I like that a
exactly
lot.
like that.
Why don't we just do a power ranking of our 5 places to bleed out? So I will go first. I'm going to go 5 to 1. Number 5 is going to be the background of every Microsoft computer that we had
Yep.
in school,
The
where you're just
rolling
the
fields.
rolling hills. Like
Mhm.
I could see myself just bleeding out right there. It's like, look at these rolling hills. This is awesome. What a beaut. Number 4, Grand Canyon. Come on, who wouldn't want to bleed out there? Beautiful.
That's a great one.
Beautiful. Number 3, the Colosseum in Rome, because like I probably was like a gladiator. I just got done like battling, and like I
yeah.
probably lost if I'm bleeding out. But I'd like to think like I stabbed them first, and then I also like it was like a double stab thing, you know? Like I am the victor, but like I'm gonna die a hero's death, bleeding out here in the Roman Colosseum. Number 2, the island from Lost, because that's where Jack dies at the end. Spoiler alert. But like,
Dude,
it's a cool fucking.
I was just about to watch it.
It's a cool fucking island, and I think it's in Hawaii, and like that just seems chill. Number 1 is the end scene where Arthur dies on Red Dead Redemption 2, specifically that like the side of the mountain as the sun's going down. And he's just like, I gave you all I had. Arthur Morgan here, signing off.
All right, so at 5, I'm gonna go just the beach.
Oh, beach is good.
Dude, you just bleed out on the beach.
Beach is
like,
good.
Dude, it's what's a more chill place to be
Right.
than the beach? Number 4, I'm gonna go at a sports book. Number 3, I'm gonna go Blood Gulch from Halo 1.
Oh,
If I could make it to there,
okay.
they're just dude, I die among a field of warriors
Blood
like
Gulch,
that.
yeah, dude,
That would be an absolutely amazing place to go.
that's a good one.
Number 2, I'm gonna go Game 7 of the World Series after I bang into the wall and make a catch. And number 1, on the field after my team has won the national championship and I get trampled to death. My team has won. The confetti's flying down.
Okay.
People don't even realize I'm there. I'm under their feet. Nobody knows. The field has just been stormed. And I'm just staring
You are
up
the
into the
field
sky.
now.
I'm a champion. Technically not me, but my team won, so it counts.
Yeah, they're playing the
and
Queen
I'm just
song.
seeing like people run by me and confetti. Your hand just reaches up
Dude, what a
as
good
you
way.
bleed out.
I think we're all in agreement. If we're at the ballpark and a ball gets hit to us, we catch it, whatever, home run, foul ball, whatever, that we're not giving it to a kid.
Actually, not now at this age. I would just turn and give it to a kid. Because what am I going to do? I'm going to take it home, and then it's just going to get lost in my house somewhere.
It's for your inner child, Pat.
oh,
it's
and
for
I
your inner
am a
child.
child. It's not even that inner.
No, I think my personal rule would be if you catch it and there's like a kid that was also trying to catch the ball, like here you go, buddy. But like if I catch the ball and there's some kid that was nowhere around me, like I don't owe it to just like a little kid to like, here you go, bud. Like we gotta pull yourself up by your bootstraps and catch your own damn foul ball and get your dad to buy better tickets.
Okay, I wouldn't give it to the kid no matter what.
No matter what.
No matter what.
No chance.
No chance. But here's the move that I'm thinking now that I'm actually gonna like if this ever happens, I think I might do it. If a kid catches the ball, I'm gonna take it from him because the cameras are gonna catch that, right? And the team's gonna feel bad. I'll be the villain, sure, but the
Viral.
You'll probably get kicked out for stealing from
No.
a child.
the kid will get to meet the player. He'll get a signed ball and a bat. The kid will get more out of it if I take the ball from him.
Great point. A lot of people aren't realizing what Robert is really doing. He's helping out these kids, and like people are going to
yeah.
be booing this man. People are booing him, and he's really just like, "Hey, buddy, here's a baseball bat, and here's a jersey, and here's an autograph and a photo." Like you're giving him everything because the team can be like, "You're right," and they always do that. We're like, "We're so sorry that this girl that." Didn't catch the ball, but the adult next to her didn't give it to her because he was taller and a better athlete than her. We're sorry that she didn't get the ball, even though our entire section booed a fan that paid his hard-earned money to be here. And this bum little 5-year-old
Kid didn't pay
just
anything.
rode her dad's coattails to the game. This guy clocking in, clocking out, going to a game, trying to relax, trying to escape. And this little 5-year-old doing nothing. What? She's coloring? You had a tough day of coloring? Get the fuck out of here. You don't get a ball.
Yeah, the kid will get so much more if I take the ball from them.
That's actually a really good idea.
Brett says, was Abraham Lincoln's assassination the best thing to happen to America? Now, hold on. I sat there, I thought about this, and I tried to say to myself, Alex, what did we learn from Abraham Lincoln's assassination? And I really sat long and hard and thought about this. And I think what I came out with is that John Wilkes Booth maybe was not politically motivated. Because I started thinking about Abraham Lincoln. Who was Abraham Lincoln? What was this dude's deal? Hey, he freed the slaves. This guy was a great guy. Did all this cool stuff. Built a log cabin as a kid. He delivered himself as a baby. And then he also wore a fucking 9-foot tall hat. And I was like, Abraham Lincoln was a pretty tall guy. I went and looked it up. Abraham Lincoln was 6'4", wearing like a 9-foot tall hat.
Which
like
back then was like the equivalent of like 6'9", 6'10".
Everyone was 5 feet tall. John Wilkes Booth was not some like guy politically motivated. John Wilkes Booth was just like you or I at a concert when the 6'4" guy decides he's gonna wear the Cat in the Hat also and stand in front of you. John Wilkes Booth just wanted to watch play. And he was like, who the fuck is this guy? This fucking giant man walking in with the biggest hat I've ever seen in my life. I think that if we learned anything from the Abraham Lincoln assassination, what we learned most is that don't be an asshole that's the tall guy that wears a giant hat. And I'm not saying that you could assassinate those people, but I think what John Wilkes Booth tried to teach us is that we should shame the people that are too tall that go to concerts and then wear big hats. You're allowed to be tall and go to a concert. You're not allowed to wear a tall hat while you're at a concert and you're also tall. And I get like the assassination a little much. That's just how they did things back then, dude. It was a different time. It was a different day and age. And to this day, do you not still get mad if you're behind somebody tall and they have a big hat on? I think really what we learned from the Abraham Lincoln assassination is that tall people shouldn't wear tall hats. And if you are, you should be shamed. And I think that's all we need to take away from it.
Who is the GOAT of people that got smashinated? Is it Franz Ferdinand?
I think it's got to be France.
It's Franz Ferdinand or it's JFK. Those got to be the
not
GOATs.
JFK.
That's the Michael Jordan versus LeBron debate when you come to smashinations. I would say that like Franz Ferdinand has to take the cake though, because Franz Ferdinand literally like a war was started.
A world war.
A world war. The whole world started a war because somebody smashinated you. And then let's not forget there's also a badass band called Franz Ferdinand that their first song was called Take Me Out, which kind of crazy.
Yeah, and what would they be called if that had never happened?
JFK.
Ooh, see, that's a dumb band.
Doesn't sound as cool.
No, doesn't roll off the tongue. Franz Ferdinand.
Franz
Great
Ferdinand
name.
is a fucking cool name.
Nobody would have ever heard of him in history.
Yeah, and I feel like we don't like JFK's smashmachination doesn't like get as much shine if Franz Ferdinand isn't smashmachinated. So the GOAT of people that got smashmachinated, I would say, is Franz Ferdinand.
Yeah, I got to go with FF.
Double Fs.
Things that sound like they could be fish but are not fish. I want to start off with Ozempic. Ozempic is very hot right now. Ozempic sounds like it's a fish.
Maybe a trophy fish because it's got a big, long, extravagant name.
Yeah, it's a big fish. Green beret. A green beret swimming by me. A little fish
I picture that being
green top.
I don't know why, but I picture that one as more of a bird name than a fish name. I was thinking like packer fish. Like, oh yeah, I went on the lake this weekend. I caught a whole mess of packer.
Couple Packers. On that note, paninis. Dude, those paninis were mean. They came right at me. One even bit my friend. You don't want to mess with paninis when you get in the ocean.
The Zane fish.
Oh, it's just a tiny little zane. It's basically a bait fish. Yeah.
I like that. Casino fish. They're just really sparkly and shit. They live in low light areas, so they got to catch the light perfectly so other fish see them, and then they attack.
Sarsaparilla fish. That sounds like it should be.
Ooh.
Like, I just caught me a sarsaparilla. Might put it up on the wall. Who knows?
Oh, I like that.
I have heard of this video game called Balatro. It's like a card game, but like Balatro kind of sounds like a fish. You're very fancy.
Balatro fish.
Oh.
Yeah. You don't see a balatro a lot, but every now and then it's a real treat when you come across a balatro. If you're like an avid snorkeler. Tapioca fish, that's like a tropical
I
fish.
need that fish. If it's not, it's probably a white fish, flaky. I like that.
Yeah, like a tiny little fish that you would see at like a pet store. It's not really out in the wild a lot. It's a starter fish. Matt said, what sharks would be the best and worst tippers? What sharks? I'm assuming, I don't know if he meant breed of shark. I'm going breed. I thought long and hard on this. There's some easy, low-hanging fruit we could go with. I tried to be better than that. Best tippers? Nurse sharks. Nurses make money.
Ooh.
They probably tip well. You know, they're empathetic.
They like happy hour. And how are you going to not tip at happy hour?
I would imagine a nurse shark's probably a pretty good tipper. And then if we had to go worst tipper, bull shark. Because bull sharks bite the most people, and I feel like they're dicks. Like, they probably bitch about everything. They probably nip at their waiter and waitress the whole fucking time. And then they probably just nickel and dime and oh, yeah, actually, I didn't get a refill on that Coke. Or I did, but I didn't drink it all. I'd like to not be charged for that. Look, I know my son spilled all of this, but I don't want that on my bill. All right? I know my son bit 4 of the other patrons here, but, like, please, let's just, like, that actually caused us some harm, too. Like, the bull shark's probably a dick, and he's sending things back. He's nipping and yelling and just fucking thrashing around, causing a scene. Bull sharks are fucking shitty tippers, and nurse sharks are the best.
That's good. Actually, I like the logic that you put in there. I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to go specific sharks. I think the best shark tipper, Bruce from Finding Nemo. He turned his life around. I think he's going to be a good tipper. He's a good guy. You know, he's trying to be a good guy. Every once in a while, he loses his shit, but overall, he's trying his best, and I think he would be good to wait staff. Worst tipper, I'm going to say Jaws. He shows up angry. He's a dick. He shows up angry, so you know from the beginning he's not going to fucking tip me. He's not. The server's not going to give you their full attention because they know no matter what they do, it's not going to be good enough.
Jaws shows up on your busiest night at like the nicest restaurant without a reservation and is the loudest one in the room about like, we come here all the time. Yeah, Jaws is a shitty fucking tipper. They should hide a boob in like every single game, honestly. How do you make sports better? Hide one boob in every broadcast. Dude, business idea. This is gonna take us to the big time, buddy. Where's Waldo? But it's just a football game that there's a random boob placed in it somewhere, and you just watch until you see the boob. And you're like, I win.
Ooh. Dude, before the internet, that would have been like the greatest bathroom reading book of all time.
That would be sick. Just buy a Where's Waldo book and put a boob over Waldo and every single thing. Where's boob? Oh, there it is. There it is. Sub boob.
My husband's shoulder went out while he was pulling on a nut with a wrench. Had to get an MRI for a possible rotator cuff tear. Had to sleep on the bathroom floor for 4 days because it hurt so bad. And then she sent a picture of the MRI. Now, as not doctors, I would like to. Robert, will you put the picture of the MRI up on the screen?
I would like to diagnose this.
Yeah, that's what I was about to do.
He's got a ghost in his shoulder, dude.
That's what I was thinking.
That's
almost exactly.
Honestly, and you know what? It might even be a racist ghost because it looks like it's got a tall white hat on.
But also, if you look at it, it looks like it's like a Dementor, and it's trying to suck in the rest of his shoulder. So really, you got bad bones.
And also, there's another ghost over here that looks like it's trying to high five the main ghost.
Oh, I didn't even see that one. That's something we got to think about.
He's got 2 ghosts in his shoulder.
Yeah, based on our like astute medical recommendation, you got a spooky shoulder, which is actually, this is probably the best month to have a spooky shoulder.
Did you tear your rotator cuff? Nah, spooky shoulder.
You are an Uber driver named J.D. Hance, a mild-mannered guy just trying to get through his day driving people around at this rideshare company. I am Opal Chrysanthemum, an angry feminist Uber passenger. So, action.
You're Opal?
Yes.
Oh, well, come in. How's your day going?
J.D. Hance, nice name.
Yeah. Does well for me.
Look, I'm sick and tired of everything that's going on right now. Can you pass me the aux? I'd like to listen to something that's going to elevate me and lift me up, please.
Sure, yeah.
And not your fuck women rhetoric that you're probably listening to anyways.
Whatever you say.
Do you mind if I have the aux, please?
I don't
Is it
mind. Go
fine
for
if
it.
I have the aux? Could you please pass me the aux?
Here you go.
Shout out to my girl, Aretha Franklin, R-E-S-P-E-C-T. You know what that means to me. Hey, respecting woman, we respecting women. Respecting women, we respecting women. Respecting women, we respecting women. All of my homies and me respecting women. You see a woman over there, we respect her. You see a woman over there, we respect her. Another woman, she's right there, well, respect her. That's what we gotta do, we'll respect her. Respecting women, we respecting women. Respecting women, we respecting women. Hey, respecting women, we respecting women. All of my homies and me respecting women. Moms, yeah, we respect them. Teachers, yeah, we respect them. Nuns, yeah, we respect them. Nurses, yeah, we respect them. Amelia Earhart, she's respected. Avril Lavigne, she's respected. Katy Perry, we'll respect you too. Alicia Silverstone, David got back to you respected. Respecting women, we respecting women. Respecting women, yeah, we respecting women. Hey, respecting women, we respecting women. All of my homies and me respecting women. Yeah.
Finally, just something to clear my head. It's about women's rights.
The other day, I learned the origin of the Texas Roadhouse chain. Not started in Texas. Fun fact. Wayne and Kelly Taylor started it. I think it was like 91 or 92. But they lived on a rural piece of land in Indiana. They were trying to like turn into a highway. And everybody else was selling their houses up. And they're like, no, we're not doing it. They just built a highway around their house, essentially. A fuck ton of people that would crash into these people's house. A lot of people would go off this turn. It would be too sharp and they would go into these people's house. And they were pretty chill. They was like, yeah, no, we got it. We aren't moving. But if y'all want to come in while y'all get the wrecker out here and everything, my wife can make you some biscuits. And his wife made biscuits. Eventually, people were like, these biscuits are pretty good. And that is how they started Texas Roadhouse. He always had a thing of peanuts. Remember back when we were kids, you used to be able to throw peanuts on the floor. He always had a thing of peanuts. And he'd like offer them to the people as well. But like while you waited for your car to get towed, they'd be like, yeah, come on in, have some biscuits. And then it was a house that was essentially the road. They called it the Roadhouse, Texas Roadhouse. Don't know why Texas, but when they eventually opened up the franchise, it was the Texas Roadhouse. And that is how Texas Roadhouse came to be. Fun fact to start the new year, gang.
The story of the first home security system. So it's ADT, and the dude's name was Edward Callahan. He was born outside of Youngstown, Ohio, and grew up on a farm with his family. And like his dad was a farmer. Eventually, he grows up, moves off the farm, starts American Direct Telegraph, and like he comes home from work one day, and his dad has sent a telegraph to him, letting him know that like his family's home was broken into and robbed. And he thought back like, man, that really sucks. I guess I don't know what he was thinking, but eventually he got to the idea of like one of his favorite memories growing up with his dad was building scarecrows and like putting the scarecrow together to like protect the crops and all of that. And he was like, if only I could think of a scarecrow for my parents' house, I could prevent them from getting robbed again. Then he used his telegraph software and like the technology that he had at the time. This was like the late 1800s though. And so I think it's like 1880 is when he's doing this. And he uses a telegraph to set up basically like an alarm, like a siren from the doors, where when the door gets triggered open, once you've set the alarm, that it telegraphs to the siren and the alarm. It sets off the noise and it scares away intruders. So essentially it is a home scarecrow. And that was how Edward Callahan came up with the idea for the first home security system.
Hey, never forget the USS Indianapolis.
Robert, do you know about the USS Indianapolis?
No, what is it?
That was the ship that when the Titanic sank, they went and they rescued all the survivors from it.
They were the ones that came and picked up all of the people that were floating around in the water before they froze, and they took them and fed them all to sharks.
Yeah. They fed every single one of them to the fucking sharks.
Which ship was this?
The USS Indianapolis.
But like, it is very similar to the game of Jumanji for me with a Ouija board. Like, I'm not fucking with a Ouija board ever under any
Don't fuck with it.
circumstances. Why? Why would you? Like, what is the benefit of like, oh, maybe we talked to somebody dead, or maybe a demon gets unleashed and then you're fucked for the rest of your life? Like, no thanks. We saw Robin Williams. He got sucked into Jumanji for like 30 years, dude. I know that they made a game based on the movie, but like I remember a friend fucking had that. I was at a sleepover. It was like around the time Jumanji came out. He's like, dude, I got Jumanji. I was like, nope. I'll go home. I'm not playing that game. No. I don't want elephants and monkeys and shit running through this house. No, thank you.
I
Someone's gonna
guarantee
kill
you.
me if a monkey kidnaps me.
I guarantee there's a direct correlation between kids that played with Ouija boards as children and adults that believe in astrology. You're just fucking with shit you shouldn't be fucking with, and then you believe in dumb shit as an adult. You're always looking for the supernatural that isn't there.
Yeah, no, that's a pretty good correlation. I think that I'm going to start. Like, let's research that. Let's look into that because there's definitely got to be something to it. Cars that don't exist. Starting off with the Ford Agro Crag. This is an off-road El Camino. It's part car, part truck, but the bed of it pops up to be like a camper. So it's kind of a camper van. You got an El Camino, you got the truck part. We're off-roading, but hey, I want to camp here. Boom, and you just pull up the handle in the bed of the truck part of it. Bam, there's a little camper right there. You can sleep there. You push it back down, and you go about your off-roading. You can do everything off-road. It's just the Ford Agro Crag, and the Agro Crag sounds cool as fuck.
This one, I don't have any idea of what the car is. All right, it's just the name is so perfect it needs to be made. It's the Dodgeball.
Yeah.
Why is that not already?
The Volkswagen Vulture, V-O-L-T, Vulture. That's an electric car, and it's the bad boy. It's the bad boy of electric cars. Just picture like a regular electric car with a leather jacket on, but with a knife. So it's just like an intimidating electric car. They don't have a bad boy of electric cars. Then I had a couple more. The Jeep Jungle Gym. It's Jeep's answer to the Cybertruck, but just more in the shape of a jungle gym. Make your world the playground, and that'll be their slogan.
I thought it'd be really funny if you just like go crazy and make it confusing as possible for people. So like do the Ford Toyota or like there's the Chevy Volkswagen.
Where it's just a bunch of brands all together, and you're like, is this the make or the model? Like, it's a little bit of everything.
Yeah, but like they're not even working together. They're trying to screw each other over, try to confuse the consumer base.
I like that. The Mazda Do Re Mi. It's the slogan is music to your gears, and it just talks about the smooth shiftability or whatever shit they're talking about on it. The car also comes with a U2 album that is in the CD player, and you cannot eject it. So it's just kind of like when they did that to our iPods. It's just U2 again, just kind of hijack it into your car. I had some more cars that don't exist. The Toyota Illuminator, Illuminate Her, the first car designed specifically for women. It's invincible against curbs. Curbs don't stand a chance when you're running over them with the Illuminator. When it knows you're on your way home and you don't have gas, like enough gas to get to work, the auto drive feature immediately takes over and autopilots you to the nearest gas station, where then it forces you to get gas. So you don't ever wake up the next day like, fuck, I'm all out of gas. The check engine light's also been removed. We know you're not checking that anyways. Now it lets you know whether or not Mercury is in retrograde or not. So it'll just be like Mercury in retrograde on. And you're like, oh shit, Mercury's in retrograde, girls. The Subaru Incognito, and it's marketed like it's an invisible car. It's not really an invisible car. People just kind of act like it is and just don't say anything about it. Like, oh, that guy thinks he's invisible. It's kind of like in Big Daddy when Adam Sandler gives Julian the glasses because he's too shy, and he's like, just put these on, you'll be invisible. And like everybody sees him, but they're just like, yeah, he just thinks he's invisible. They let you do that, and you have incognito mode that you can activate, and that just makes the tent like slightly darker on the car to make you feel like you're more hidden. And then also you can watch unlimited porn, and it just won't tell anybody about it. That's the incognito. I had the Volkswagen Bannister. It was really, they wanted to call it the Volkswagen Banner so they could make a van themed like Bruce Banner. So it would be like green themed, like a Hulk themed van. But whoever was in charge of the patent and submitting that, corrected Banner to Bannister. So now it's the Volkswagen Bannister, and they just forgot to check it before they sent it in. So they got stuck with the Volkswagen Bannister, and these are just kind of like shitty green vans that they don't really know what to do with. But that's what they got, the Volkswagen Bannister. The Mitsubishi Teriyaki, it's like a RAV4, but it's got chicken roasters in the back.
So it's like Pimp My Ride, but like a production car. I'm down with that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, I don't like to get political on this podcast, and you guys know that.
I'll get in the mud with you.
I think I'm out on scarecrows. I'm fucking done with them, dude. They have a pumpkin patch by the church that is next to me, and they have scarecrows in the pumpkin patch. And I was like, is there a fucking crow problem here?
No, because there's scarecrows there.
No, there's not a crow. I don't think there's a crow problem at all in this city. And they have fucking scarecrows there. I'm like, get this guy the fuck out of here. What's he doing? He's not scaring me. I'm not a crow. And then what are you trying to say if you're trying to keep crows away? Why do you want to keep crows away? Why? Huh? Think of one reason you might want to keep crows away.
Because you hate the Baltimore
Because of
Ravens.
the color of their fur or feathers, which is just fur for birds. Feathers.
Bird fur.
are Bird fur. It's exactly what it is, dude. Everyone knows that. If you think about, like, if scarecrows spend as much time scaring real criminals as they do actual crows, we would have no crime. I just think they're lazy. I think scarecrows are lazy. Like, Scarecrow was the bad man in Batman. He's a bad guy in Batman. Guess what?
Yeah, he was a doctor.
guess what-
Doctors are bad.
Guess what a bat is not? A crow. Why the fuck is Batman going to be scared of the scarecrow?
I've actually not worked years on myself to become the garbage
No,
that
because
I
I
am
think
today.
you do,
No, but by not working on myself, I've become more garbage.
but you're working on not working on yourself.
no, I'm not. I'm putting in
No,
no
but
effort.
you are putting in effort to not put in effort. Like you think about that. That
You got my mind in a
that'll
pretzel
fuck you
now.
up. Think about that. You being like, I should do this to improve myself. I'm not going to do that. That takes a lot of willpower every single day to be like, all right, I got to do it. Like, hey, this pile of hair that's been in my bathroom for 6 months, I should just go get the broom and
I
sweep it
don't
up.
have that anymore now that I'm bald.
Right. No, I'm not going to do that. I should really go get that. And then you're like, fuck it. I'll just shave my head and I'll never have to make a pile of hair again. And it was like, that's Pat's.
That's a way though.
Now you're shaving your head. Like, you're working
By
so
being
hard
so
to-
lazy that I don't have hair, I've improved myself by not having piles
but
of
now
hair.
you have a chore to shave your head, but you don't have to do the chore. So really, you are working very hard to not work hard.
Holla, holla, pass the gravy podcast.
You know what I brought in this week? Some Robert Felines.
Ooh.
Some Robert Felines,
Okay,
all
good.
right? Now, we had this happen last week where I think it was Raimundo Benavidez. It was Robert Feline is just short for Bobcat. And I was like, okay, if you said Robert Feline, how long would it take us to get to Bobcat just by guessing? I have 3 that I wanted to introduce, but I want both you and Robert to try and figure out, okay? This is probably the easiest one I'll start with. Hamburglar Smile. It's a fake person. Hamburglar Smile.
Oh man. I'm running through different names for smiles in my head. I got nothing on Hamburglar though, so I don't even know where to.
Think of them together.
McDonald grin. I mean, that's all.
That's what I'm thinking too.
I might need another
warmer.
hint on this one.
There's only that's it.
That's the only one. Okay.
That's the only thing you get. Hamburger.
Ronald McDonald.
No.
No, he smiles sometimes.
Grimace. It's Grimace, guys. Hamburglar Smile. He's the guy who goes with Grimace.
Grim
Grimace
sounds like
is a
grin.
smile.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Hamburglar.
Grimace is a smile.
Smile. That was the easy one. You guys.
Grimace isn't really a smile. Grimace is like go. Ugh.
All right. All right. This is a musician. You're thinking of a musician, all right? Teenage Witch Jesus.
Sabrina Carpenter.
Fucking nailed it.
Nailed
there
it.
we go.
Nailed it.
There we
She's
go.
everywhere.
There we go. All right. Last one I have. This is a movie. And maybe a book. Siblingship Dungarees.
Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
Let's go, Pat. Let's go.
The funny thing is, I have consumed no Sabrina Carpenter music. I've never seen that movie. I just know too much random shit, which is why I know nothing important.
Barbie Forgiveness. Barbie Forgiveness.
I got Pink in my head, and now I can't think of anything else.
Looking for a singer.
Forgiveness. Nothing.
Dolly Parton.
Mm.
All right. This is a fictional character in a video game. Fast food bush pig.
God damn.
Fast.
You aren't making these easy this week.
Fast food bush pig.
Fast food push- Okay, so
Video game
Fictional character in a video game. What could Bush Pig be? We gotta workshop this one together, Robert.
Yeah, okay, see, I don't know if bush pig was together or separate words because I'm thinking like swine,
Plant pork.
yeah, pork.
Trying to break down all the ones, and his are never like as literal as mine, so it's hard to do. His are always pretty abstract. I got nothing.
Sonic the Hedgehog. Fast food bush pig.
God damn,
Pretty
that's
good. That's pretty good. This is a singer. Another singer here. UK patella stabbers.
Foot knife.
British collar. Wait, no, patella. Is the patella in the back, or is that the scapula?
UK patella stabbers.
I'm just throwing out fucking bone names that I've heard,
Dude,
and I
thought
don't.
patella was like a foot thing.
Patella stabbers. British. I don't.
We're not doctors. We only place them on a podcast.
UK patella stabbers is Britney Spears. UK, Brit, knee, patella,
Ah, the knees, the patella.
stabbers, Spears.
Yeah.
Damn it.
All right, this is a song. Senior Silver Lining.
Mr. Brightside?
Yep. Nailed it. This is a movie. Fraud Sky.
Is it a new movie or old movie?
Old movie. Action movie.
Old action movie. Fraud Sky.
I'm thinking like con, lie.
Con Air.
Yep.
Con
Oh,
Air.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nailed it. Let's
Con
go,
Air.
boys. Teamwork makes the dream work. All right. This is a musician. Skywalker Grooming.
Luke Combs.
Yeah, nailed it. Let's go, Pat. Let's go, Pat. This is a restaurant. Foul Shoes.
Chick-fil-A.
Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Fila or shoes.
Oh, I was like, what the fuck is the shoe
Fila
on
or
this one?
shoes. Nervous bird cheese.
And what was the category on this one?
Food. Nervous bird cheese.
Chicken queso?
Close. I guess that could have also been one, but it's not.
So it's chicken something. Chicken parm.
Yep.
Chicken
Let's
parm.
go, boys. Okay. I think I'm saving the best for last. This is a celebrity and an athlete. King Dog Jeans.
King Dog. It's a celebrity athlete. I got LeBron James in my head, and I can't think of anything else now.
They were an athlete. They are now a celebrity. King Dog Jeans.
What could be dog?
Dog jeans would go together.
Yeah. I got nothing.
King Dog Jeans is Charles Barkley. This is a restaurant. Sky Money. A lot of
Sky
people
Money.
start their day with this.
Starbucks.
Yep.
Thank you.
There we go. This is an animal. Pong Singles.
Saying pong or palm?
Pong. P-O-N-G.
Okay,
Pong.
that's what I thought. I'm stuck on ball.
Me too. I'm stuck on ball and look white.
Ball State Cardinals.
It's penguins. Ping pong. Singles.
Oh.
Singles ones. Winston Shit.
Joe Camel? No.
No. It's a children's cartoon character.
Joe Camel was a children's
It's true.
cartoon. They just wouldn't admit it. Winston Shit. Okay, I'm trying to think. Winston Camel, maybe? Probably not.
That's not the way to go.
No. That's
Don't
not.
think camel. Winston Shit.
I think I always
Winnie the
have
Pooh.
Yes. There we go.
I was like Winston, Winnie,
there we
and
go.
Shit Pooh. I was just every shit name. I was like crap.
Yeah, I
Dookie.
was thinking turd, brown.
Yeah. See, I knew that would throw you off the scent there a little bit.
Here, I got one for you.
All right.
It's a household item.
Okay.
John Parchment.
Toilet paper.
There you go.
There we go. Come up
Another
with
one for you. It's a drink mixer.
Okay.
No Soul Brew. No Soul Brew.
Ginger beer.
Yep.
Let's go. This is a celebrity. Cushion Spear.
Pillow, cushion,
You going
spear,
down?
knife, dagger.
Maybe it's like Brian Cushing. You know, maybe that's the
no.
connection. Okay.
Celebrity, maybe also a former nun.
A former nun, Whoopi Goldberg.
There we go. Whoopee Cushion.
Yeah.
And then Goldberg's move was the spear. Remember that? You're not a wrestling guy, but somebody got that.
Yeah.
All right. This is a city in the U.S. Greedy shirt wearing sloth.
I'm just gonna guess Albuquerque because there's a lot of that's going on there right away. And like I have nothing to base Albuquerque
Sloths?
on. Well, I had nothing to base it on, but that's a lot of words, and Albuquerque's long, so it's like maybe there's like 5 things that goes. Okay, so
No.
it's not Albuquerque.
Sloth, slow.
Greedy shirt wearing sloth.
Give me a state.
Ohio.
Not gonna be Columbus.
Greedy
Not
shirt
gonna be
wearing.
Cincinnati. Those are only Akron. Those are only 3 cities I know in Ohio.
Yeah, you missed it. It's Cincinnati.
Oh, it is Cincinnati.
Greedy and sloth are sins.
Sense.
In a T.
Jesus.
Sins in a T.
Shirt wearing is tie.
What? No. Greed and sloth are sins. Wearing a T in a T. Last one. This is a very specific category. It's Mexican food. Volvo horse. No.
Sorry. So you said it's a Mexican food,
This is a Mexican food.
and he starts off with a fucking Swedish car.
Wait. This is a Mexican food. You'd order this at a Mexican restaurant. Volvo horse donkey district attorney.
I can't even think of any one of them because there's so many things. Volvo horse donkey district attorney.
Quesadilla.
Chicken quesadilla.
No.
Chalupa, guacamole. I'm just saying.
Well, he's a district attorney, so I'm thinking DA. So that's why I said quesadilla because it has to end.
He's on to something.
Yeah.
He's on to something.
carne asada.
There we go. There we go. Volvo car. Horse goes neigh. Ass. Ada. This is a crime. Category is crime. Large steel car.
Grand larceny?
Close.
Grand Theft Auto?
Yep. Large steel car.
I was thinking steel like the material.
Yeah.
This is a country. Myself counting line.
Counting line?
Counting line.
Iraq. Iran.
No.
I'm out. Like myself, all I can think of is I.
Israel.
No. You're correct where you're going with that logic, Pat. Myself counting line.
ISIS.
No, not a country.
Well, technically, they
Counting
want.
line like a bet.
Myself counting line.
Tibet.
Think if you're in jail, what are you using to count the days down?
Tallies. On the wall. Italy.
There we go. There we go. I was like, put it together.
I could not think of another country that started with I.
This is a football player. Irish mom houses.
Patio Shishak.
Nope.
Oh, Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes.
Mahomes.
This is a movie. Bug drink.
Dude, I got nothing on this one. I can't.
Ant water, and soda.
It's got to be ant something. Yeah.
It's not ant.
Oh, shit. All I had was like ant and insect.
Bug drink. It is a movie, and it is also the name of the character.
drink.
Bug drink.
They're not like Spider-Man.
There's a sequel to this movie coming out soon.
Oh, Beetlejuice.
Oh,
Yep.
nice.
Yep. Bug
Beetlejuice.
drink.
That's a good one. God, we're dumb.
This is a band. Dead President Washington Square.
Johnny Cash.
Nope.
That was Dead President Cash.
Dead President Washington Square. It's 2 words.
I give up.
Yeah, what is it?
Robert is wearing a shirt of that band. It's Linkin Park.
Ah.
Washington Square Park, Abraham Lincoln. This is a plant. Goddess wing mouth.
Venus flytrap.
Yep. Wow. That was easy. This is a children's TV character. Warrior Coach Glove Toad.
Jesus.
Warrior Coach Glove Toad.
Okay. Glove toad. Okay, toad. Frog.
I think this should be easy.
Kermit the Frog.
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah, Steve Kerr is the Warriors coach. Kerr, glove, mitt, and the frog.
Okay.
This is a U.S. city. General Talkie.
Milwaukee.
Yeah, let's go, Pat.
Just talkie, walkie, talkie. What else?
Let's
is
go.
talkie?
This is a cartoon character. Dwarf Planet.
It's not Pluto, I'm assuming.
It is Pluto.
Oh,
yeah. See? I thought since it was 2 words, maybe it would throw you off. This is an Olympic sport. Dorsal soprano.
Oh, what's the?
Dorsal soprano.
Breakdancing.
No.
No, what's that?
Shout out Raygun though.
No, okay, no, I had
was in my
Hummel
heart.
Horse in my head, but that's not going to be it. High beam.
No.
Back.
Dorsal, dolphin, fish.
Dorsal's on the back. Maybe.
You're getting close. A dorsal-
Backstroke.
No.
No, I don't know why soprano would be stroke.
Soprano.
It's a dorsal what?
Fin.
It's half of it.
Fin,
Okay, dorsal soprano. Fin.
fin.
What does a soprano do?
Sing. Fencing.
There you go. There we go.
Hooray for coaching.
Fencing.
That was a good one.
This is a comedian. Regular fast food chain.
Okay, fast food chains. We got Norm Macdonald.
Yes. Well done.
I got one. It's the category is hardware.
Okay.
Squirrels and sprinters.
Nuts and bolts.
There you go.
There you go.
Usain Bolt, baby.
I like that. This is a U.S. city. I like coming up with city ones. A U.S. city. Fake Knickerbockers.
Fake. So, is there anything faux? Phoenix.
There you go.
Phoenix.
Let's go. Let's go,
It's
Pat.
like faux, but it's also spelled faux. Damn.
Knickerbocker.
Every once in a
Knicks.
while, I'm really good at this.
I have one last one, and this is a phrase. Bird concussed dolphin. A viral phrase. Fairly viral.
Fucking dolphin. I just keep thinking mammal.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of any viral phrases that have. Hawk Tua.
Yep.
That was it?
Yep. Bird concussed dolphin. Hawk and Tua is concussed.
Oh, concussed dolphin was one word.
He's a concussed
Okay.
dolphin.
I was trying to break it down into 3 words.
See, I was thinking spit on that thing. That's what I was thinking.
I just said Hawk Tua because it was the first viral thing that
That's
popped in
why
my
I said
head.
phrase, and then I was like, well, I have to say viral phrase, if they don't
I like
get
when
it
you
right off
get
the
it but
bat.
don't understand why you get it.
That has been your Robert Felines. Everything in the world is an umbrella, whether or not it's a good umbrella. That is up for debate. Name anything, Robert, and I'll tell you: shitty umbrella or good
Frying
umbrella.
pan.
Decent umbrella.
The exact word I was going to say was decent. You know what the best not umbrella is? Trash bag.
Trash bag, yeah. It's like a
Trash
poncho.
bags are a great umbrella. Yeah, that's exactly what you're doing. You're ponchoing it, but you don't even have to stick the head through. You just fucking cover yourself and run out to your car.
Colander.
Colander
Colander,
bag.
that umbrella.
Yeah, lots of things. It's very porous.
Jacket, pretty damn good umbrella.
Great, very good. So you see all those business guys running around with their suit and jackets on.
A baby car seat, probably a pretty good umbrella, as long as there's not a baby in it.
Not full coverage, but yeah, it'll still keep you dry in general.
Well, I was thinking like you turn it upside down, flip it over your head, and it's covering your back a little
Yeah.
bit too at that point.
Another good one, pizza box. Very good.
Pizza box,
Very
very
good.
good umbrella.
Because you got layers. You have the top part, then it's got to get all the way through for it to drip. Hopefully, you've already finished the pizza, but even if you haven't, you could just stack boxes.
The grate of a grill.
Not a good,
Very bad
not a
umbrella.
good umbrella at all.
Okay.
You need a lot of water through that.
But the top of a grill, solid umbrella.
Pretty solid umbrella, yeah. So yeah, everything is an umbrella. All right, last question of the week from Josh Treecaudle at JoshRittree713, and he says, "Rainbows taste like water, right?"
Absolutely not. This is right in front of you.
Fucking Skittles.
It's Skittles, dude. You got to taste the rainbow.
They had like 100,000 commercials. Like, taste the rainbow.
The only other acceptable answer would be Lucky Charms,
No, that's what leprechauns taste like.
but it's at the end of the rainbow.
That's well, the leprechaun's there too, so they were really eating a leprechaun. That's the he doesn't taste like the marshmallows aren't the leprechaun. It's the
Dude, if leprechauns tasted like marshmallows, I'd fucking eat them.
that's why we can't find them. They're
Would
very
that make me a
fast.
cannibal?
Nah,
They're Irish.
But they're like it's like eating a unicorn, right? Like they're not real.
Unicorn, I feel like would taste like sherbet.
Unicorn would taste like sherbet for sure.
Yeah.
Or what's the pink, white, and it's got
Neapolitan.
Neapolitan. I could also see them tasting Neapolitan.
Is it weird that you said pink and my first thing was like, does it taste like pink,
white,
like
and
pink
well, I said
lemonade
pink,
vodka?
white.
Pink lemonade vodka. That's where my brain went.
Dude, they probably do taste like pink lemonade too.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, rainbows taste like Skittles. I get where his brain was because rainbows, like they're made of
Literally,
water.
they probably do taste like.
No, they don't. They taste like Skittles, right?
Yeah.
I've been told they taste like Skittles.
You just gotta taste that rainbow.
It's like
dude.
when I was told Pluto was a planet. Pluto will always be a planet, and you can't tell me it wasn't.
Have you seen the Haley Joel Osment clip from Walker Texas Ranger?
So many times.
I was about to say, you've seen that. Robert, have you seen
Walker's
it?
AIDS.
Haley Joel Osment has AIDS, and he tells him that Walker said he had AIDS, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
The whole clip, Robert, and it's Haley Joel Osment when he's like 4,
It's like
Five?
like right before he saw dead people.
and he just walks up to someone and goes, "Walker said I have AIDS." That's the whole clip.
Forrest Gump. That's the one that I've seen some of.
It's a long movie, to be fair, but it is
Yeah.
also on all the time, so you should have definitely seen all of it.
Well, I saw it in school. Like they would play like, oh, we would have like an off day, and so I would always just see like bits and pieces of it. I don't think I've ever watched it all the way through.
Do you know what Walker told Ginny in Forrest Gump?
That he has AIDS.
Well, she has AIDS.
That she has AIDS.
Well, she actually told Forrest that, but similar.
Okay, Jenny, I'll raise the AIDS baby. Wait, is that the same kid? I mean, I know it's the same actor, but is he supposed to be the same kid in Walker, Texas Ranger? Haley Joel Osment has had AIDS in 2 movies before he was 6.
Wait.
Or 2 bits of
Wait.
meat.
What?
Yeah, you didn't realize that's Haley Joel Osment?
Well, no, I did. I didn't put 2 and 2 together.
This is the first time that I have either.
Is Haley Joel Osment the AIDS kid in Walker, Texas Ranger because of Jenny?
Body cam footage, I'm a sucker for just like the body cam footage they throw away. They're like, we didn't do anything. Like this is just me filling out paperwork for 4 hours. I'm like, well, I'm gonna watch it. Something might happen.
I got a problem with body cams. It needs to be 2 cameras, one on the chest, one on the head, because half the time the body cam when it's on the chest, what do you always think? The cinematography sucks. Like it's a little low. You're like half the time you can't see their face when they're standing next to them talking. I need it on the head so that I can see where they're seeing. Because even if they try and like cover it up to be all fishy, bam, you still got the chest cam. But like I want better cinematography in my police videos.
Phrases that don't exist. All right. So these are some made up phrases. We're going to try and work them into our everyday lingo. Okay. First one is a Dalmatian can't change its spots. And that's just when, hey, it is what it is, man.
So you just flipped. The tiger can't change its stripes. All right. You're squeezing the tube. And they're just like, listen, man, either you're pinching your pennies too much or you need to let go. Listen, the toothpaste is empty. You're squeezing the tube. Just let go, man.
Jellyfishing. I'm jellyfishing, which is initially it just means like I'm going with the flow. I'm just kind of just going with things, man. I'm just vibing. But also like I'm very fragile and I could easily break down at any point in time. Like I'm just vibing, but like I could have a mental breakdown on a moment's notice. You have no fucking clue because jellyfish will just rip apart.
I got weirder than frozen noodles in a cone.
You're sailing too close to the wind. And that's just when, hey, you're fucking around. You're doing too much. You're doing too much. You saw how windy it was and you went out there sailing? You're sailing way too close to the fucking wind, dude.
You missed the sack. So it's like somebody says something and they're pissing you off with it, but you're letting them know, like, listen, you're getting close, but you missed the sack. All right. If you had hit the sack, I'd be all over you for fucking forgetting me. But you missed a sack, but I'm right there. You're getting close to getting bopped in the nose. Okay, buddy?
This ain't dominoes. And that's just because one thing doesn't always lead to another. Just because Robert said that doesn't mean you need to do that.
I was thinking Domino's pizza.
No, because you know how when a domino falls, all
No,
the
I
other dominoes
get
go
it
after
now.
it.
But I just immediately went to pizza because I'm fat.
I had a health question that I wanted to ask both of you guys, and I need your opinion on it. You're basically doctors, and by doctors, I mean I'm not going to the doctor, so I'm going to ask the guys I do the podcast with. It is healthy to eat 2 loaves of banana bread, right?
Yeah, it's fruit.
It's very and my wife makes it. It's dope, and then she also puts blueberries in it, so it's got blueberries and bananas in it. That's so healthy,
Bro, I've never had banana bread with blueberries. That sounds fantastic.
Picture banana bread, and now I add blueberries in it. That's exactly what it's like.
So you got like 2 berries for every banana?
Oh, it felt like there were a lot more berries, but that's healthy.
It's super healthy.
I'm eating health food.
Banana bread is not only is it healthy, it's delicious. And really, at the end of the day, that's what matters.
Okay. Robert, you agree with me? This is healthy.
I was gonna say no, but then you threw in the fact that Emma made it.
Right, it's
So if
homemade,
it's homemade-
which is even healthier. There's no additives.
Yeah. The store-bought stuff, you never know what they're putting in those things.
No GMOs. Very serious question. Do vampires turn into bats or do bats turn into vampires?
Vampires turn into bats.
So that's not like a caterpillar, like you start small, then you turn into a vampire?
No. There's no cocoon you emerge from as a bat where all of a sudden you're drinking people's blood.
Okay.
It's the vampires, their form, they're just, they can shapeshift into the bat. Which, why only bats? Why can't vampires do other stuff?
You would think there would be other scary
They're so
birds
powerful.
they could possibly be, like a crow maybe.
Like, why even a bird? Like, be a spider. Nobody's going to see you.
Spiders, yeah, that'd be good.
You're just a
any
spider in the corner of
spooky-
the room. Somebody puts your back to you.
Yeah.
Bam, you come out of it.
Is it like an
surprise attack?
Like an Animorph situation, or is this like an evolving situation like Pokemon where they have to evolve into a bat, or is it more like I would lean Animorph style where it's like you can turn into the bat and you can turn back into the vampire?
Yeah.
But bats do not turn into vampires.
No, or else Austin would just be done.
How do you know if a bat is a vampire?
You don't.
You don't. That's the scariest part.
That's the super scariest part.
Terrifies me even thinking about it.
But it's not all of them.
But you could you just see a bunch of bats flying at night, and you're like, man, that guy might be a vampire, but maybe not.
You think the bats know?
I mean, the other bats?
Yeah.
They gotta know something's up. Like, hey, who's this guy?
Frank, do you know him?
You guys, does he hang out up here? No, he seems new. What's with this Transylvanian accent? What's up with him, huh?
No, I'm regular Austin Bat.
I'm new here. Just move. What is the best instrument to use to play a sad song? I think we got a power rank. So power ranking the saddest instruments.
I think one has got to be tuba.
Okay, what do you got? Tuba 1?
Tuba 1, piano 2, 3. I feel like the violin can get real sad.
Yeah.
Violet. 4, I'll go guitar. You can make that bitch weep. 5th saddest instrument.
5th saddest instrument.
Harp. It's beautiful, but it'll make you cry.
I will go piano 1. Piano just you play all the sad songs with pianos. Violin is 2. Because I don't know. Violin always seems like you can make it sad. Cello 3 because it's just a big violin.
Ooh, nice.
4 guitar, blues, and emo. I'm just gonna say that sad songs.
Fair.
Even though blues is supposed to make you feel
Country
better.
music also.
You're writing sad songs, even though they don't sound like sad songs. 5 bagpipes.
Damn, how did I not think about bagpipes?
So I always think of them playing them at like funerals.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah,
It's usually like
they're beautiful.
soldier funerals too. Those are extra sad.
They're beautiful, but they're sad.
We haven't had any new cereal mascots in a very long time. I mean, Tony the Tiger, Count Chocula, like those guys were old. They've been around for a while. When was the last time we had a new cereal mascot? Been a long time. So I decided that maybe it's time we invent some new ones. Now I cannot draw, so I did the next best thing and I found a free AI thing and just typed in cereal mascot. Let's start with number 1, our cereal mascot number 1. It's a duck with a chef hat and a chef shirt, maybe. He's got some headphones on. It's a yellow duck, and he's wearing
is a
shorts
duck.
and shoes.
I thought chicken, and I thought he's Chucky, and the cereal is Chucky's Cluckies, and it's chicken flavored cereal. And with the tie in the headphones on the back of the box, it's all like music, like word searches and shit. He's a big hip hop fan. Chucky is, but he's also a chef and loves cereal.
I thought that maybe this dude's name, like the name I came up with, this guy, this is Chef Zach, and Zach is spelled Z Quack, but you just pronounce it Zach. And he's cooking up some vibes. He's cooking up some beats. He's cooking up a healthy breakfast too. And he's speaking for Graham Quackers. Graham Quackers is the cereal that he is the mascot for, and it's just a hearty graham cracker based cereal. Goes great with milk. Great breakfast to start your day. He's cooking up some graham quackers for you in the mornings. Our next mascot. Now, this mascot, he's a blue bowl with eyes that are, I would say, not attached to the bowl. And
they're kind of
floating. Spoon. They're floating eyes. He's got blue feet and brown shoes on, and he seems pretty happy about it. That is Bolo, and he is speaking for Bolio's cereal, and it's really just a circle-shaped cereal that's like the cheap off-brand. Somebody really mailed it in, but like it appeals to like a Southern demographic. It's a good old-fashioned Southern style cereal, and by Southern style, I'm not talking spicy or anything. It's just you wake up, you pray to God, you thank God for the day that you got, and then you go eat your Bolios.
See, I went a little bit different way. I just, his name is Bowles.
I like that.
He's Bowles, the mascot, and
the
cereal is Rips. It's just called Rips cereal, and you see how it's just a really sugary cereal. You see, if you zoom in on it, you can see that it's all multicolored and stuff like that. I think it's just lots of different. This one is marketed right at Stoners.
Yeah?
Yeah, right at Stoners. In fact, you can even buy a commemorative bowl that looks like him, and you see how that spoon's coming out the side? That is the pipe. So you can just rip bowls out of bowls. You can smoke bowls out of bowls, and then when you're done with it, you wash the bowl out, you eat some Rips.
So this one to me is a joint venture collaboration between Sonic and Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic the restaurant. As you can tell by the blue and red, the red shoes, the eyes, big eyes like Sonic the Hedgehog has. And
Robert, they're blue shoes or they're brown shoes. They're not red, buddy.
Well, they look red to me.
I know. I'm trying to help him out here.
So Big Sonic is behind this, trying to trick people like me.
We got one more. This may be the most interesting one yet. This is Shelly, the mascot for She Shells cereal, and it is a potato-based cereal trying to get young girls and women to eat more potatoes. Since they don't do that, they're not introducing enough potato into their everyday diet. So this is Shelly, the mascot for She Shells cereal. They basically just cut up a bunch of potatoes into tiny little pieces, cereal-sized pieces, dry them out, soak them in sugar, and then put them in a bowl as the shape of shells. Because, you know, girls like seashells, she shells, seashells by the seashore. She's gonna be, you're gonna mention this towards women. It's Women's History Month. It's perfect for that. You're gonna go at a female base, but this is Shelly for She Shells cereal. So
big potatoes behind this one. Alex, you weren't too far off. It is the big potato industry trying to fatten us up, trying to, you know, these are like macaroni shells. It's a lot of carbs, right? Mm-hmm. And then there's butter trying to get us fattening us up. This mascot itself it's bigger than the other ones that we've looked at.
What's her name though? What are you giving her for a name?
What's the mascot's name?
I think obviously it's like Ashley.
Obviously it's Ashley. Yeah, clear as day right there when I look at it. You're right. What was I fucking thinking? Being a Sonic car hop is way more impressive than being a figure skater. Because a figure skater, you're just, oh, look at me. I can slide around and jump and twirl and do cool shit. And like, you have to do that as a Sonic car hop with skates, but you also have to deliver food without dropping it and like not get hit by cars, which is an element of danger and finesse with all the cool skating. I think being a car hop at Sonic is way cooler than being a figure skater. Like figure skating is boring as fuck to me, but a way to make figure skating cool would be to incorporate what Sonic has, and there's always the element of like maybe somebody's gonna get hit by a car.
I was gonna say it's like you start on one end, the judges are on the other end. You're bringing them food on a tray. You can only like you're not getting multiple passes. You get one shot to get as many tricks in between you and the judges, and you have to deliver all of the food knocked over. You get docked points. I'd watch that. I'd watch because you're getting points for completion of the order and for tricks in between. So you're like, you gotta bring them all the food because you get docked more points the more food that falls. But also, you got to put some sick tricks in there too.
Would a giraffe be the hardest animal to perform CPR on?
No.
If you're trying to perform CPR on a giraffe, though, you gotta like blow in its mouth and then run all the way down its neck and go, and then run all the way back. Like you're doing a lot of running. It's a lot of running back and forth unless it's a 2-man setup right there. Because you know, if it's a dog, you're like, all right, stomach's here. I can do this all kind of from the same thing. I gotta push on your belly, run up, or push on your chest, run up. Do like I feel like there's a lot of work with a giraffe.
I just realized I was conflating CPR and the Heimlich maneuver. Kind of like
That
CPR is
also
not for
different. Yeah,
CPR is not for choking. I just realized that as I was
CPR
saying
is for like
words.
they're not breathing. You got to blow in their mouth, chest compressions, blow in their mouth. But with a giraffe, you're chest compression, chest compression, chest compression. Run all the way to the top of the head, blow in your mouth, blow in your mouth, blow in their mouth. Run all the way back to the chest compression, chest compression, chest compression. Whereas like if it's you, I'm just like blow in your mouth, chest compression, blow in your mouth, chest compression. I don't have to run.
It's definitely the giraffe because here's something you're not thinking about. A chest compression is not going to work on a giraffe. You're going to have to be kicking it in the chest, which is going to agitate it. And then I don't know if you've ever seen videos of giraffes fighting. They use the neck as a weapon. So as you kick it in the chest, it's going to whip you with its fucking head.
Well, it wouldn't be
and then
breathing.
You're going to be
It would be
dead.
breathing. So
But
it's like,
but it's it's an animal in distress. It's going to be like in fight or flight mode. It's going to be literally fighting for survival. So you do have to run all the way up, cup its nose, breathe as hard as you can into that, which I doubt any of us have a strong enough lung capacity to help a giraffe in that stance. And then you got to run over and kick it in the fucking chest. And then you got to run back. My cardio was not good enough. So you know what? I switched my stance. The giraffe is without a doubt the hardest one to do it on. I had a ladybird that got stuck in my ear for like 3 days one time.
a ladybird.
Yeah, it fucking flew into my ear and I couldn't get it
Like
out
a
for
bird?
like 3 days. Ladybug.
Ladybug.
Sorry, I've had a 6-pack.
Ladybird Johnson like went in your ear. That's weird. How did you get it out? It just crawled out.
No, so like I kept trying to get it, like flew into my ear, and then you know how it just got the shell. It felt like it just suctioned and like grabbed on to like the inside of my ear. So I kept trying to scrape it out, and I could not fucking get it. It was stuck. And after a couple days, I was finally able to just scrape that bitch out. I mean, and I was trying hard. Like I made my ear bleed at one point because I was trying to scrape it out so hard.
Could you
And
hear
the fucking thing went.
like
No, like I think it got in there. I probably killed it quickly trying to get it out, and then it was just stuck there. Because like it wasn't moving, but it was legit like 2.5, 3 days where I just had this tiny little ladybug in my ear.
are ladybugs called ladybugs because they are all ladies?
I mean, they eat insects that are bad for crops, so they're doing a public service. That's pretty ladylike.
That's very ladylike. I did like going back trying to do all the prep that I can for the podcast. I did find out that like ladybug was not originally the name of them. They were, in fact, though, the first bug species to topple the patriarchy, and that's how they were then given the name ladybugs. So they are not all ladies, but they're like the most feminist bug group of all time. Like even the dude ladybugs are so feminist. They're like, we don't care about being dude bugs. We're cool just being ladybugs. And that's how they got
They're-
I did have another movie I wanted to pitch. This one is a movie called Snakeskin. It's a Freaky Friday style movie where a high school student trades bodies with his pet snake. The high school student's name is Jake. The snake's name is Sal. And the only problem in this movie is within the first 10 minutes of the movie, Jake becomes the snake and he's like, I want to go see what it's like to be a snake. And he slithers out in the front yard. A hawk comes down, grabs him, kills him. Dead. So the snake stuck in the kid's body has to just pretend he's a high school student, going through this kid's life. Like, hey, I'm a snake. I was a snake until moments ago. I got no idea how to be a human. And he's just got to convince the rest of the world that he is not a snake in a human's body. He's shed one set of skin, and now he's in his human skin. And he's got to convince everybody that that's the true skin he belongs in. You want to run some lines? Let's do like a table read. And by table read, we don't have any lines, but like, let's just throw ourselves into a scenario here. I will be Sal in Jake's body. So I'm trying to pretend that I am not a snake. I have to convince you guys, you be one of my classmates.
All right. Hey, Jake, how's it going?
What's going on, dude? I was just in history class. How's it going with you?
I'm okay. I just got out of class. What class were you in?
Oh, what did I already forgot about it. You guys, have y'all studied for that math test we got coming up?
Oh yeah, with Mr. Peters. Yeah, I'm all ready for it tomorrow.
What'd you guys do over summer break? I didn't do too much, just coiled up outside in the sun. I mean, laid out by the pool. What about lunch? You guys excited for lunch? I hope they have pizza. I said pizza, not
Jake,
mice.
are you okay? Are you feeling all right, buddy?
Yeah, I think I might be stroking out a little bit. Everything's good. Let's go to class. We'll see you guys later. Bell rings. Insane. Perfect. Can you name 5 pilots?
The Red Baron, Amelia Earhart,
Sully.
Yep.
Sully, that's a good one. Anakin Skywalker, and
Real pilots.
shit.
Real pilots.
The Wright brothers, 4 and 5. Boom.
Fuck, that's good. That's good. Okay.
Suck my
Okay.
dick.
At what point in our society did we decide that Mississippi was the state we were going to use to track time?
Because it takes long enough to say to where even if you're saying it fast, it probably goes back to football. Because you're like, oh, you can only rush after 4 Mississippi, or like whatever. It definitely is with games. It's like, okay, you have to count to 10 Mississippi, 100 Mississippi, whatever it is for hide and seek. It's because it takes a while to say, and even if you try and speed through it and say it fast, it's still going to take you a minute.
Is Mississippi the longest named state that you could do? Like, obviously, like there was a whole other can of worms. Like, firstly, did Texas just think that they were the best at pass rushing forever? They're like, Texas 1 Texas, 2 Texas, 3 Texas, 4 Texas, 5 Texas. And then there was like some sort of like interstate game where like we played Oklahoma, and Oklahoma's like, what the fuck? You only have to count to Texas? We were counting to Oklahoma. That takes way longer. And then Texas just all of a sudden didn't have the fastest, because then they're like 1 Oklahoma, 2 Oklahoma, 3 Oklahoma, 4 Oklahoma.
Nobody from Texas is counting Oklahomas.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, they were trying to make it something that you count longer. So then in my head, I'm like, what other long states? Like Massachusetts, 1 Massachusetts, 2 Massachusetts, 3 Massachusetts. Like, that's an older state than Mississippi. How do we decide? Was it not SEC?
I was going to say SEC. It all comes back to football, and it's little kids rushing the passer. Nobody's going to say Massachusetts. It's cold half the year. They're not playing football year round. We are down here.
Okay. Next thing I thought, syllables is how it's based off of. Mississippi. 4 syllables. What has more? Massachusetts.
But also
California.
nobody's counting California's.
What about North Carolina?
That's 2 words. It's too much.
That's 1 North Carolina, 2 North Carolina, 3 North Carolina, 4 North
Here's the
Carolina.
thing. It's too mouthy.
It
though.
should be North Carolina.
There's too many different sounds, and one, Mississippi is more fun to say than all of them.
I agree.
And it's got the alliteration, so you're saying that many syllables. You're saying all, but it's Mississippi, Mississippi. It's easy because it's repetitive.
Mississippi. I don't know. Something to think about though, like the origin of stuff. Mississippi, not a great state probably, but it's a great counting mechanism.
That would be something cool to look into.
Everybody always talks about how like waste is such a problem. Why do we have all these landfills taking up all this space? I've always wondered, why don't we just burn that shit, dude? Why don't we just burn that? Oh, well, Alex, that's bad for the environment. Don't worry, I got a plan. This is how we're gonna save the fucking planet, guys. I got a little chart for you here that I have conveniently made for you guys. All right. So landfills are the problem. We're going to get rid of landfills. You light landfills on fire, let them burn. No more landfills. Okay, we can have like 1 central landfill that we just keep burning, and then we just keep refilling 1 landfill. We've gotten rid of all the other landfills. It's that easy. How do you do this, Alex? Don't worry, I got a thing. Burn. Step 1, burn. We burn the landfills. There's a little landfill. It's on fire. You burn it. Oh, okay. Well, that's polluting the environment. That's bad for the environment. Don't worry, I got an idea for that. Bubble. Step 2, you bubble the burning landfill that is burning up. So then the bubble keeps all of the pollutants from getting all over everyone else and contaminating anything else and being bad for the air. Oh, okay. Well, that seems like a solid plan, but what do you do when it's done? Oh, don't worry. That's when the step 3 comes in. Vacuum. You're going to vacuum out all of what was just burned in there into this vacuum. Okay. Well, how do you release that? What are we going to do with the vacuum? Easy. Our next step, we're to launch that vacuum into space, and then it's not our problem anymore. Then our next step is solve pollution and global warming. We've just done it all in like a very quick 5-step process that I just put right there. I don't understand how I'm having to solve our world's problems. Okay, landfill, done. Neat. Oh, ozone protected. Cool. Done. Space. I don't give a fuck about space, dude. Don't give a fuck about space. I don't live there. Not my problem. World is saved. Ashley Wilkins at Buster Healer Mix on Twitter says, how do they know how old sharks are? She attached an article where it talks about a 300-year-old shark.
392-year-old Greenland shark. This has gone viral multiple times. I've seen it multiple times. It says it's been wandering the ocean since 1627. And in the comments, there's always, and this is always my question, all the comments are just sitting there, how do you know how old it is? There's never a fucking answer to why they know how old it is.
It's very easy to tell how old a shark is. I don't did they not teach you guys this in school? You cut it open and you count the amount of rings on the inside, and that's how old it is.
That was one of the responses, yes.
Yeah, no, because that's how you fucking do it. That person that responded to that was probably a scientist.
They didn't cut the shark open because it's still swimming around. How do you know?
You cut off a fin. Just count the rings in the fin, dude. It's
can't do that because then it can't swim. They didn't do that.
It grows right back. They're like chameleons, dude. They regenerate.
Aside from some glassy ass eyes that you see old dogs get, this shark is fully intact.
Yeah, because they grow back, dude. When you cut off part of its tail, it regenerates. It's like a starfish.
No, they don't.
They do.
If they grew back,
yeah, they do.
Dude, if they grew back, then we wouldn't hear shit about why shark fin soup is such a bad thing.
No, because it hurts the sharks. They don't love it. They don't love it. But you're not supposed to do it just to eat it. That's cruel. That's why they hate shark fin soup. They grow them back.
How many times is one person allowed to get baptized? Is there a limit, or is it a thing is it non-Catholic confession where I just did something bad, I don't feel like talking about it, but just dunk me in some water real fast?
I don't think there is because I'm sure you can, as long as you travel, you can keep finding more priests to rebaptize you and be a born again Christian. Problem is if you keep going to the same one after a little bit, he'd be like, you don't mean this. I'm not doing it again.
But isn't he, as a Christian, supposed to forgive you for anything you've done and then allow you to wash away your sins by being baptized?
I didn't pay that much attention in church growing up.
And also, are baptisms kind of like marriages where Pat can marry me? You can just go take a course real fast, and by take a course I mean sign up online and then you're ordained.
I don't know if I think baptism you actually have to be like a priest. No, you don't.
But why? Wouldn't you think
you could be a reverend? Because in King of the Hill they had the female reverend and she rebaptized Luann.
But wouldn't you think that?
So maybe it's not just priest. I don't know, man.
A marriage seems like it would be more important than a baptism. A much more important life event, a much more important thing.
God comes first.
Okay,
which is
fair argument. Selfish. Fair argument. Also fair argument. But forever wedded bliss, whatever
under God's authority.
All of that is that's a pretty big thing for no offense, Pat and Robert, but to just be able to go on a website and be approved to do.
Yeah, it's wild.
So if you can do that, I feel like you should be able you should also be able to baptize anybody.
Yeah, maybe not it might not technically be real in their religion, but I guess I could do it. I mean, I can say I'm baptizing you. There's no laws against me saying that. I could splash water in your face and make you fucking baptized, dog. There's nothing stopping me from doing that. As long as I'm not throwing water on the president. Anyone outside of that, I'm pretty sure it's legal to water people.
Let's go to Luke Soin, who emailed his question in, and he says, why doesn't anyone ever die of spontaneous combustion?
Did they ever?
Well, so what I did some research into this, not to brag or anything, but a little known fact of spontaneous combustion is the invention of the polio vaccine back in 1950. It made people more soluble, so we didn't spontaneously combust as often as they used to. Now it did happen, and it's happened since, but it's just not. It's not as common, and it's all because FDR and we cured polio.
Gravy, gang, gang, gang.
Can I call myself a Disney adult if I watch a lot of ESPN? Because
Not only that, but just as a massive Star Wars fan, I think I also qualify as a Disney adult.
I mean, they're both owned by Disney, so like I'm a big Disney adult now, dude. I think a lot of Disney adults take pride in being a Disney adult, and this is my way of being like, I'm also a Disney adult. They're like, no, you're not. How many times have you been to the park? Well, I mean, I watch ESPN way more than you ever spent time in that park. I have watched way more ESPN than you could ever even imagine being in that park. So I am probably a bigger Disney adult than you.
Ever since they acquired the rights to the NHL package, I'm one of the biggest.
Every night.
Dude, every night. Every night I've got Disney on.
Yeah. I've got the Diz on. You know what I'm saying?
I should start wearing my Mickey Mouse ears while I'm watching hockey games. Really just sinking. I would love to get in this conversation with a real Disney adult.
But yeah, so we are officially Disney adults.
We're all Disney adults.
Good for
Not
us.
Robert, though.
No, I like Marvel.
That's
Disney. That's right. That's Disney.
Mm-hmm.
It's Disney Plus, baby.
I also like Batman too, so Disney.
We're all Disney adults.
Are school crossing guards child traffickers?
Or are they child trafficking facilitators?
I would say they are child traffickers, but like the best kind of child traffickers.
Yeah.
Like not that there should be a good kind, but if you had to be like good kind of child trafficking, that's it. Because it's not like sexual. It's not
Child
malicious.
trafficking navigators.
You're just you're trafficking them like, hey, walk here because it's safe. Go to there where your parents are. That's also safe.
You're trafficking them safely.
It's
so
safe. Yeah.
Yeah, they are child traffickers for sure.
It's still child trafficking, but it's the best possible kind of
So
child
if you have
trafficking.
kids that go to school and you see the crossing guard, wave at them and say, hey, thank you for being a good child trafficker.
Pass the Gravy podcast.
Wrapping up with some random people generators right now. Robert, who you got this week?
I'm going to go Selena Gomez.
Selena Gomez is good. Who you got?
I'll go Celine Dion.
I'm going to go Chris Birdman Anderson.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Chris Birdman Anderson. All right. So, this isn't even the...
Robert, we're not fucking with you. Selena Gomez is the one that just randomly starts on the screen.
You know how
It just randomly starts with one when you pull up the website.
That counts. Does that count?
No, it doesn't
I
count.
think it counts.
Because it's always random.
Because it just opened at random.
But-
It did open at random.
But we always have to select.
Oh, Robert!
I'll give it to you.
Robert,
That's
you
fucking
did it, you son
incredible.
of a bitch!
That's
Holy
fucking
fuck!
incredible.
Holy fuck! We're not joshing. You see it, Selena Gomez right there. Holy fuck! Well done, Bobby
There's
Jokes.
no mirror behind you.
Well done, Bobby Jokes. Let's do random celebrity impersonate or random celebrity.
I'm taking Scooter Braun.
Generators. Okay, I'm gonna go. Evel Knievel. Evel Knievel.
I'm going to go Jennifer Lopez.
Ooh, big week for
Oh,
her.
yeah,
Big week for her. Ready?
Probably a bigger week for Ben. He's free. No way is it J-Lo. No way. Oh, you. No way.
I did it.
I don't believe
Why
that
do
at
you
all.
not believe me? You just watched me click it.
I did not
You
watch
just
it.
watched. I just clicked it.
The screen was not facing.
Yeah, it wasn't, but I fucking did it. You can't deny me. Why would I do that?
Robert, do you believe him at all?
I don't know. I didn't.
Why?
Because you want it too bad.
No, I don't.
You're selling it really well, but I still don't believe it.
They just got one in a
Like
bajillion guess.
I believe your reaction, and I didn't know you were this good of an actor. I'll give it to you, but I don't
No,
believe it.
fuck you guys. I fucking hate you.
I mean,
okay,
I'll believe you.
Well, remember he didn't want to give Roberts to him,
But I did.
because he's a hater.
I came around.
Well, because you were just pushed
but you
into
know what,
it.
buddy?
Robert, you
Congrats,
no,
I'm proud of
no,
you.
I didn't want your high five.
No, I think he got it.
I didn't
The
want.
way he
No, I
reacted-
didn't want your high.
the
Fuck
way
you
he
guys.
reacted
Fuck you guys.
He's been
Immediately.
practicing
Fuck
that
you
at home
guys.
all week.
Fuck you guys.
See, that's your fault. You should know. We should be showing it to the camera and us ahead of time.
Yeah, I don't. We didn't show when Robert got it, but yeah, we're used to just doing it on the phone. Well, I got it, so fuck me. Pass the game, you bitches.
Gravy, gang, gang, gang. Baby, pop the top and let it spread. As we listen listening to Past the Grave. Hey, we're going fishing for your bitch today. We're drunk in Houston, baby. And we go ahead and lick and we'll get rich today. Rich, bitch.
Bobby jokes is quiet now. Houston dreams just hit the ground. Astros lost and hope turned gray. In the shadows, he will stay. Once he laughed and cracked a smile. Now the pain will last a while. His team is out, his heart is torn. Every laugh now feels like scorn. No more jokes, Bobby cries. Underneath the gloomy skies, Astros gone, his spirit broke. Life's no longer just a joke. Every pitch and every swing, echoes of the songs they sing. He can't bear to see the light. Darkness pulls him through the night. He was the joy, he was the fun, but laughter fades when hope is done. In the silence he retreats, sadness in his heart repeats. No more jokes, Bobby cries. Underneath the gloomy skies, Astros gone, his spirit broke. Life's no longer just a joke. No more jokes, Bobby cries. Underneath the gloomy skies, Astros gone, his spirit broke. Life's no longer just a joke. No more jokes, Bobby cries. Underneath the gloomy skies, Astros gone, his spirit broke. Life's no longer just a joke.